Today, I'm going to walk you through this new house flip project I just acquired, and I'm going to show you exactly what I do from when I acquire a fixer-upper to right before we start the renovation. Whether you're a homeowner or an investor, this is a crucial step because determining the scope of work will determine the results and the cost of the renovation. On this particular project, the appeal is the oversized garage, and I'm going to show you what we will do to maximize the value of this home. Of course, towards the end, I'm going to show you the projected house flip numbers. I'm Lisa Covington, a real estate investor and coach in the San Francisco Bay Area. I've been flipping houses for 8 years and I've done over 80 projects, so I know exactly how to get top dollar through smart renovations. If you're interested in this type of content, give me a follow so you don't miss out. The home exterior doesn't look that appealing right now because of a lot of the paint chipping on the side. We have to prime it and sand it before we can put on another coat of paint. And what really bothers me is the trim that going from the roof line all the way to the bottom of the second story. So these, I feel, make the home look very dated. So we plan to cut these off so the trims only go around the windows. And then on the lower level, there's a brick facade that's also old school. Regarding bricks, I know it's controversial because some people don't like painted bricks. In this video too, we're going to talk about all the things that we do that really is based on my experience that will increase the value of the home and also appealing to future home buyers, to the majority of buyers. So that's why, based on my experience, I know that with bricks that looking like this that are very dated, we have to paint it. So with probably a two-toned paint color, the house will look very fresh. Move on to the front yard. These drought-resistant plants don't look very good and they're a little bit of overgrowing. So we're going to remove some of them and put in some fresh plants. And then there's already grass in the most of the front yard. We're just going to kill the weeds and revive the grass. Other than that, there's not a lot to do in this front yard. Come on in. So I really like that when you open the door, you kind of see the whole entryway, living room, and dining room. It feels very spacious, but there are some features in the home that make it look dated. For example, the popcorn ceiling. Nobody wants it anymore and it really aged the home not in a good way. So we definitely want to remove it and put smooth ceiling. You also see the tiles in the entryway here that's different from the rest of the flooring. And the tiles are broken and it's also a little higher than the hardwood floors. So it's causing it's a tripping hazard. So we want to remove the tiles and continue the hardwood floors in this area to make it more of a seamless transition. As you walk towards the fireplace, you see the water damage on the floors. So that needs to be checked out and also repaired. And the focal point is this big brick fireplace, which looks quite old and dated. So usually with fireplaces, there are a few different approaches. You could put tiles over it, you could frame it with sheetrock, and you can even put an insert to really make it look high-end. But because this house is kind of an entry-level home, the price point is a little low. So I don't want to spend a lot of money on refinishing the fireplace. So I'm just going to paint over it, just make it look newer. And then it's really nice that there are a lot of windows on this wall. It brings in so much natural light, but all of these windows are single pane. So we usually replace them with double pane windows so that there's better insulation. As we walk towards the dining room, you notice that there's a lot of marks and patches of discoloration on the hardwood floors. We need to refinish the floors to bring it back to a nice and fresh condition. So usually when you refinish the hardwood floors, the cost is a little lower than putting in new flooring, whether it's vinyl floors or new hardwood floors. So that's a very cost-effective approach. And then in this dining space, the dining light is kind of old and it doesn't really make a good highlight in this room. So we want to replace it and make it more modern. Compared to the rest of the space, the kitchen is closed off. There are two main walls here between the dining room and between the hallway. Our focus is really to open it up. And when I try to determine which walls to remove, I usually start with the non-load bearing wall. So here, this one is non-load bearing and this one is load bearing. Removing this wall, the cost is a lot lower because it's not related to the structural. That's why we want to open up this one to kind of improve the flow. In terms of the cabinets, these cabinets are pretty old. They have these not self-closing doors and drawers, and the inside of the cabinets are very worn. I also don't like the exposed hinges or the soffit on top that make the cabinets look very small. We're going to gut the cabinets, and the countertops are tiled, so there are a lot of seams, which is hard to clean, and people don't use this type of countertops anymore. So definitely that has to go as well. And these appliances are very old with the exception of this dishwasher. So I think this might be able to be saved. And then we just need new cabinets, new countertops. And we also need to replace this box light in the ceiling because it doesn't illuminate the space evenly. So in the kitchen, we usually put in a few recessed lights so that it's plenty bright because we really need it to be bright to be able to do all the tasks in the kitchen. And then the flooring here doesn't look that bad, but it doesn't match the rest of the living space. So we probably need to replace it. And usually I try to continue the same flooring throughout. Since we're refinishing the hardwood floors, the rest of the space, so we probably will put in new hardwood floors in here as well. I'm really not a fan of this guest bathroom because the layout is very awkward. It's narrow and long. When I thought about relocating stuff to kind of revamp the layout, the cost is more than it's worth. And it's really challenging to do that because there's also the primary bathroom right behind this wall and some closets and other space. We plan to just try to make this layout work. In order to do that, we would probably have to put in a smaller toilet that's shorter, so there's more clearance in the front. For the vanity, we want to put it attached to this pony wall so that there's no gaps and like it doesn't feel like it's the right vanity here. For the tub, I think we're just going to gut all the tiles. As you can see, there are some moldy spots that we definitely need to look into. And also we want to use more modern tiles that are bigger, more stylish. So in this first bedroom, there's popcorn ceiling again, so we are going to get rid of it. I believe there's actually hardwood floors underneath, so it makes our job easier. We just peel off the carpet and refinish the floors underneath. This closet is quite funky. The floor is kind of stepped because there are stairs going to the basement garage down there. We're thinking about putting maybe like a shelf here so it doesn't look so odd, and we are also going to put in a new closet door to hide it better. And other than that, we also need a ceiling light and new interior doors because these doors definitely have seen better days. There's a big hole and some marks on here. It's not really salvageable, so all new interior doors. On home renovations, people know to focus on the bedrooms, but they tend to overlook the hallway. So if the hallway is dark and dingy like it is here, buyers are going to lose interest. So we teach my students at Transform Flipper Academy to put a few recessed lights in hallways like this so that it's bright and it can sell for top dollar. And many of my students have already completed their first projects and made a six-figure profit. If you're interested, make sure you check us out. This second bedroom is all pink. Similar to the other bedroom, we're going to get rid of the popcorn ceiling, put in a new ceiling light. The window here actually is double pane, so we can just clean it. And then we definitely want to fix some of these small damage on the drywall, and then we are going to put in a new closet door. The primary bedroom is the biggest of all, and there's this very bright green accent wall that's not very neutral, so we plan to repaint the interior anyways, so we're going to use probably a cream color. Over here, the closet door is again missing, so we need a new closet door, and we're also going to peel off the carpet and refinish the hardwood floors underneath. The primary bath is so tiny. When I came in here the first time, I really tried to revamp it to make it bigger, but then we realized that behind this wall is the vanity and the toilet of the guest bathroom, which was already narrow, so we can't really push it out here. And then behind this is the tub in the guest bathroom, which is necessary. Like, you need at least one tub in the house. So it's very unfortunate that we wouldn't be able to expand this very small shower. But what we could do is to change all the finishes in here and make it all a lot more modern, and we can also change the color palette. The dark tiles and these very small tiles are not in anymore, so we want to use bigger tiles and also lighter color tiles. Probably put it all the way in the shower and also on the floors, so it gives people an illusion of a bigger space. Coming down the stairs from the main level, you get to this kind of a room here. It's a room, but it's very rough. So first of all, these steps coming down are not up to code. They're not the right height. And also, if we were to put a door here, we would need a landing. So we have to fix that. There's also this access to kind of the unfinished part of the basement. A little nook, and then the closet has these pipes all exposed, and also there's no closet door. We probably are actually going to just close it off because as a closet it's very small, and we plan to add a closet on the other side, so we wouldn't need this anymore. And these shelves are just so ugly. The ceiling's all exposed. The walls are also unfinished, so we have to do a lot of work to make this a livable space. So over here it's even more weird because there is access to the water heater, which like you shouldn't have that in the room. So we plan to close it off here, and then a tiny closet over here that's not very useful. So we probably are going to add a closet along this wall because the landing would come out to about here, and then it would be very logical to just add a closet right next to it, so there's not a lot of different sections in the room that are like with different corners. So then we can go to the garage from this side. That from here the garage looks like just a regular garage, but then you look on the other side, it's so long. You can park 3 cars tandemly, which is not very useful. But then there's the laundry hookup here. It's so dirty and uninsulated, so it would really suck to have to do laundry here. I plan to use this part of the space to make a mudroom / laundry room, so that when you come in from the garage, you can go into the kind of living space downstairs, and then also you would have a much nicer finished laundry room. So that's the plan for this area. From this door, you get to another room that's all finished, but it's weird because there's a small closet here, and then there is a much bigger kind of a walk-in closet set up in here. It would be really weird to have 2 bedrooms downstairs without a bathroom. But to add a bathroom, it would take probably 6 months to get permits. And we want to avoid that, so we probably are just gonna make this a bonus family room. So we want to remove all this closet and the walls here that are not structural, so this whole space can be used as a family room. And it also has access from the stairs going up. You come down the stairs, and on one side you go to the family room, and the other side you can just go to the bedroom or office on the other side. From the future mudroom, there's this door leading to the backyard. So other than this door, there's no other access to the backyard. We plan to use this window that's in the future family room and make it a slider, so there is more convenient access into this space. And there's actually a really nice sized patio here, and also a pretty sizable area for us to use, but right now it's all covered in weeds and it's not very flat. We are going to probably level the ground and also put in a lot of sod to make it very family friendly. And then on this side, there is this brick structure that probably was a grill or like even a pizza oven before, but my videographer just had this idea that it could also be used as like a giant throne. So this thing is not very pretty because it's so old and it's covered in moss, but it would cost a lot of money to actually demo it and dump it because it's very heavy material. So unfortunately, we would probably have to clean it up and paint it so it fits into this newly renovated future backyard better. Just a second ago, I was really struggling to open this door going to the front yard because instead of having the lock on the inside of the backyard, they put this on the outside. So it prevents people from going from the backyard into the front yard, but not the other way around, which is super weird. So we have to change that. Now let's get to the numbers. I bought this house for $900,000 and we plan to put about $150,000 into the renovation. So after we do the renovation, we hope to sell the house for around 1.3 million. So if you're interested in seeing the after of this whole renovation, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.